Hi, I'm Valerie Englehart, and in this video I am going to be painting some rainbow mountains on I think it's a sunrise morning. It could be a sunrise or a sunset, but I think these colors look more sunrise. So I've grabbed a cold press block of Academy watercolor paper. It's one I use for studies, and this is actually the last paper on my block. I wetted my paper completely because I want this to be a soft sky fusion, and I started at the top with Daniel Smith Cobalt Teal, and then I'm going in with this Winsor yellow color. Now notice I left some white between the yellow and the blue. I did that for two reasons. One, I didn't want a green sky. Number two, it kind of creates this like a cloud, but like a really misty, far away cloud. Almost a bit of a hazy atmosphere that you might get on a sunny summer morning. But that's it. I wetted the paper, I put on those two colors, and quick blow dry. This is like the only time that I do a blow dryer, but look at how much paler that dried. So now I've gone in and I've mixed a little bit of rose, Winsor rose. Whatever pink came in the first professional palette I bought back in like 2019. And I just eyeballed some jagged shapes to make a mountain. Just used my imagination, immediately bled the pigment so that the water could go downward, but it still leaves that hard line. So I'm going in and disturbing some of the area with water so it doesn't look so uniform. Now for this technique, it's, I think, a good one to use more transparent colors, just because sometimes granulation can move the more you layer on top of it. And since I am going and like messing things up on purpose to give me a bit of texture, I'm using transparent watercolors, because this is almost like a glazing technique. But I'm going in, taking my mixed puddle of paint and dropping it in a few places, just because I do want that variation where there could be light and shadow. I am using a size 10 Princeton Neptune round brush, and that is the only brush I will use for this. This painting was super quick, like even with the drying time with that blow dryer, it only took about 12 to 15 minutes to do. And honestly, this was my second time doing it, because the first time I recorded it, I didn't push the buttons correctly. So I was pretty frustrated. I had to wait like a day, sleep on it, be a little salty, and then go at it again, because this was such an easy, fun, like uplifting tutorial. Anyone can do this. Like just a few basic colors. I think through the whole thing I only use 4 colors, and I've already gone over 3 of them. The last one I'm going to implement is Winsor Violet, which is also called Dioxazine Violet. But you don't have to have those exact colors. Have a light blue, a yellow, a pink, a purple, and you can do it. Heck, don't want those colors? Use different colors. In fact, you could do this in any number of colors and it would look stunning. So I would encourage you, like, maybe do one where you follow along with my colors, and then maybe do one in like cool tones. That might look really like pretty and fantasy. Or maybe even more realistic, use some greens. I even thought about doing one with a bunch of greens, but I really liked how colorful this one was and just how bright it is, because it's still Pacific Northwest, gray and rainy, misty, and I really wanted that pop of color. Fun thing about painting, even if the weather may not be ideal, you can create your own mood. I'm going through the same thing as I did on that orange layer and just disturbing some places as I see fit. I forgot to press record because there were so many transitions of painting to blow dryer. So that little mountain, all I did was have it go halfway through the page, bleed it out towards the end so that when I put the other mountain on top, there wasn't the hard line that you can see through it. Because you can kind of see that like pink layer on the left side showing through that hard line, showing through my dark purple mountain. That's because I'm using very wet, transparent layers, which is great. Watercolor being transparent, we can use that for luminous glazes. But it does mean if you paint on top of something, it's gonna show through. So that lower purple mountain that is more of that like red purple, a red violet, by bleeding some of that away beforehand, when I go on with that darker purple, we're not really distracted. We don't really see that other layer as much, especially as I go in and mess with texture. But that orangey pink layer, I don't know what you call that, coral? That coral layer, you do see that peeking through on the left side. But that's fine, because this isn't meant to be some big gallery piece. This is meant for me to have fun with color and paint and just sit back, relax really quickly. Although let's face it, for me it was also about remembering to hit the record button. Now, I could have ended it there, but I felt like things were ending too centered. I didn't like that composition. So great, have a little break at the bottom and introduce where like the mountain disappears off the page and then juts back up again. And then the same as all the others, introduce more pigment, then go through and interrupt that pigment with water so that I get variations, so that it actually looks like the light is shining and hitting different parts of the mountain so it doesn't look so flat. Now, I usually like having backgrounds, but I didn't want it for this, so I made sure to have no water puddling at the bottom. I do have this up at an angle, as I usually do. And here's my finished painting. So if you liked this tutorial, press that like button so I know to make more like this. And if you want to see more from me, subscribe because I make videos every Thursday. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you next week. Bye!